Can you also start recording too, Bonham?
Yes, I started.
When you start, you started. Okay. So now, welcome, dear friends, dear members and guests, to the 13th meeting on Zoom of Creative Community. Tonight, we will listen to a wonderful presentation by our member, Tuba Ozar, titled, "What is Your Blind Spot?" But before I invite Tuba on stage, I would like to tell you a little bit about her. She graduated from Bosphorus University, Tourism Hotel Management, Anatolian University, Public Relations and Communication, San Diego State University, Certificate Program, Training in American Company, Corporate Work Experience. She is a certified practicing yoga instructor, Socratic storyteller, and motivational speaker. She was born in Istanbul in 1976. So with your applause, I would like to call Tuba Ozar to make her presentation. What is your blind spot? Tuba Ozar. Tuba Ozar, what is your blind spot? Tuba, the stage is yours. Don't forget to share screen. And please, everybody, mute yourselves as we listen to Tuba so that we don't have any background noise.
Yes, how do you see what you can't see? Blind spot. Tonight, I wish to create an insight in your brains about this blind spot that you are not aware. I'm 100% sure that you will gain a lot from this speech tonight. So enjoy the journey. Now I want you to take a moment and think what is continually happening in your life. I want you to question in your mind about this question. And is there a situation that is hurtful to your happiness and well-being? These are very important questions. I just want you to take a moment and think of this. And then now I return to my second slide. Now I'm gonna explain what does blind spot mean. Blind spot is something about yourself or your actions that you don't see clearly or you are afraid to acknowledge. As it's written here, blind spots are like interior fog lines. They surface out of a lack of self-awareness or simply a gap in information. Now I want to pass to slide third, which is very important slide. I am the originator of this diagram. This is a golden recipe for you, I would say. In your normal life, when you are struggling in your relationships, wherever you are, you can easily apply this questioning, Socratic questioning, holistic problem-solving diagram. So let's check this diagram one by one. Number one, awareness. As awareness, a symptom comes out. If we give an example about the symptom, for instance, an exaggerated behavior, an aggressive person, let's say. At this case, the external question that you should ask yourself must be or should be, is it right or normal, as you see? And number two, quantum way of looking. There is a diagnosis part here, which means finding the internal reason. If we give an example, a negative thought, let's say, about this aggressive person, finding the internal reason could be a negative thought. What should be the question as an internal question? Which belief system is this? What led you to think about this belief system? These are the questions that you should ask yourself at this process. And number 3, holistic way of looking, which is the solution part at your relationship, treatment, how you transform. If we give another example, should be accepted instead of arguing or listening. About this case, you know, I gave the example for an aggressive behavior, aggressive person. This is the treatment of our last situation. And what should be the holistic question for this? Which belief system should this person think here? When you ask this question to yourself, you will find the best way of thinking here. So it would clear out your solution in your daily life. So this diagram is a golden recipe. This is another important question. Why do we choose blindness over sight? But before this, let me tell you, the key to discover your blind spots for the effectiveness as a person can become even greater. If you are blind to them, chances are you will often end up confused and frustrated at the result you are getting in life. Let me give you a hint. According to a research, what matters is not what you enjoy, friends. It is what the person wants and how they feel next to you for a long-term healthy relation. If you choose a healthy relation, this is the recipe according to a research. So let's get back to our slides now. Why do we choose blindness over sight? Number 1, there are 6 reasons why do we choose blindness over sight. Number 1, pain. Number 2, pride. Number 3, fear. Number 4, laziness or to be busy, which is very common. Number 5, stubbornness, another common, mostly as males. And number 6, trauma. Yes, these are the 6 reasons why do we choose blindness over sight. Let's pass to other slides here. Some truths about blind spots. This is such a very good motto I like. To share your weakness is to make yourself vulnerable. To make yourself vulnerable is to show your strength. It's my favorite. Yes, here you can see how vulnerable part is important. You think that you don't have any blind spots, right? Wrong. Everyone has blind spots. Whether we acknowledge them or not, nobody is immune to them. Some truths about blind spots. Every personal strength, when overused, it has the potential of becoming a personal weakness. And every personal weakness, when developed, it has the potential to become a personal strength. How does being unaware hurt us? Being unaware of a blind spot is like carrying a time bomb. Yes? Others see our blind spots, but we don't want to hear about it. We are afraid to be vulnerable, unfortunately. But it takes courage, friends. Don't take yourself too seriously. Some try to tell us that we are doing something that bothers them, but we ignore it or become defensive. Sooner or later, these blind spot defenses can harm relationships or prevent us from connecting well with friends, family, co-workers. But you are not the victim. You are the creator of your life by this wisdom. Now, I want to pass to other slides. Okay, this is the very important part, is starting. I will give you some examples about the 10 common blind spots. Please take attention here. At research, there's 10 behavioral blind spots. These 10 blind spots are, number 1, as you see here, going it alone. Let me open it with an example of behavior. For instance, not asking for help or not accepting help, not talking about the stress you are under. This is a good example. Second, being insensitive of your behavior on others. This is another good one and very common. Example, not noticing how body language impacts others. In your daily life, we do this. Please think about it. And choosing words that can be mean or misunderstood and provoke negative response. This is another one. Number 3. Oh, we do this a lot, especially in Turkey. Having an I know attitude, misused strength. Example, for instance, not listening to others, always coming up with reasons others' ideas won't work, refusing to explore other options. Number 4, avoiding the difficult conversation, not talking about real concerns, only talk about surface issues. We do this a lot, especially close relationships. Blaming others or circumstances. Example, always having a reason, excuse or explanation for why something went wrong, this kind of blaming others. And number 6, treating commitments casually. We do this a lot. Showing up late for meetings, not getting projects done on time, as an example. And number 7, old habits and disconnection. Old habits, unhealthy food, unhealthy thoughts, unhealthy behaviors, disconnection. Number 9, not taking a stand. This is another weakness. Not speaking up in a meeting, for instance, when even you disagree with the majority. This is another case. So these are the examples. So let's go to strategies for identifying blind spots. Yes. First of all, analyze yourself as if you were another person, so you can be objective. And then question everything as in the diagram, and see your blind spots not as weakness, but as behaviors that get in the way of fully using your strength. And number 4, gather information from others, especially from your close friends that you can trust, about what they see as your strengths and blind spots. Open communication. And don't hesitate to ask people for information. The most confident people always ask for balanced feedback and constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is something very important, but some people misunderstood this issue. And make it comfortable for people to share negative feedback with you. Make it comfortable, yes. And be grateful for their help. And last slide, which is the very common psychologist diagram that they use. This is self-awareness diagram that is used 21st century, called Johari window. In this slide, as you see, this open self box, it is known to self information about you that both you and others know. You know and others how they know you. It is open box. Below this box, there is hidden self, which is the information about you that you know, but others don't know. Blind self, information about you that you don't know, but others do know. And unknown self, information about you that neither you nor others know. After this diagram, my last words, because we are coming to the last minute of my presentation, my last words will be, my friends, you are not perfect and neither is anyone else. So please don't forget this at your relationships, wherever you are, and hope you can apply to that diagram at your relationships. Thank you for listening.
Well, thank you, Tuba, for this wonderful presentation. Now, normally, we would close the first session right now and take a break. But because we still have a few minutes, we can do now some of the things that we will do in the beginning of the second session. And one of them is to write your evaluations about this presentation, both what you think was good in the presentation and what you think could be better. And how do you write these evaluations? You write them through the chat box, but not to Tuba Ozad, not to the presenter. You send them to Wahidullah. Wahidullah, could you please lift your hand so that everybody can see you? Yes, this is Wahidullah. He is our member, and he has the role of facilitator of the meeting in the second session. Normally we would do this in the second session, but since we still have a few minutes, take 1 minute, please, to write a chat to Wahidullah. And Wahidullah, I'm going to ask you to assemble all that and send it to Tuba Hanım, but without the names. Just like in Toastmasters, we should not know who is evaluating. As you know, in Toastmasters, we don't know who is writing the evaluations. Otherwise, people only write positive things. We need to have the improvement points as well. So now, please, take a minute to write your evaluations about Tuba Hanım's presentation and send them to Wahidullah. And after that, we will close the first session and take a 15-minute break. So let's take 1 minute to write the evaluations.
There is no permission to write.
I think I did. I gave it, just a moment. I gave it, but let me do that again. Just a moment. I thought I did that.
Yes, it says only everyone or Rasi.
Everyone publicly in me. Just a
Yeah,
moment.
we can.
Everyone publicly and privately? Is that okay,
Okay, now. Yes, now okay.
Okay, I chose the wrong thing. Now, you have permission now. Okay, go ahead. Now that you have permission, write your evaluation to Waidullah. 1 minute of silence. Okay, is there anybody who needs more time to write the evaluation?
Just a second.
Just
Oh, okay.
I'm still getting the evaluations.
You're still getting them. Okay. Waidullah, you tell me when you get them all, and I will close the meeting, the first session. I think we should wrap up, because if Zoom closes the meeting before I do, then we can't come back into the second session.
Yes.
I mean, you can copy those and send them later,
Okay.
whatever you
What I
got.
can do.
Yeah.
And I have one request to everyone. Like, you send it to me in different paragraphs. Like, if you do not send it to me in one paragraph, it's difficult for me because I'm constantly getting all the messages. And suppose one is sending me a message and someone else is sending me a message, and again you send me the message, so it becomes difficult for me to synchronize. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have a point there, but this is you have a point there. It's very important. Okay. So, well, in the meantime, let me make the explanations. We will take a 15-minute break. You come back into the second session with the same meeting ID and the same password. And what are we going to do in the second session? Well, we will do the guest introduction first, and then the question and answer and discussion session, in which Tubahan will also ask us questions. And that session will be conducted by Waidullah. So, Waidullah, can I sign off right now?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so 15 minutes later, come back with the same meeting ID and same question and answer session. See you.